my first question will be to you, Oved, because you are the writer of this story, and I just want to tell you about the story, how the script was created, and what was your inspiration.
So, how the script was created, I'm not sure actually how exactly, but it came to my knowledge about this place where they dismantle, they break ships. All the container ships that are out of commission. Usually they go to India, they go to Bangladesh, to Pakistan also, and there is like this very dangerous profession of like taking them apart, just cutting them, really people just with their bare hands and like tools, they cut these ships into scrap metal, and it was very, it made a lot of impression on me, this place. It's very beautiful in a very horrible way, but it's very impressive. And I really remember this exact moment of me like taking this train somewhere, and then it like just connected to me with my personal story, which I lost my father to cancer, and my father was also like a ship captain. And I thought, it could be an idea to do something. And I was always like trying to figure out something some idea to start to develop into some short film. It was like after school and everything. And when I really remember like a very like beautiful moment of like inspiration, just started to drawing little drawings and on the way. And when I got to my spouse, I told her about this idea, and then she said, yeah, it's something that's interesting. It's an interesting connection. And when I told her that, and that reaction, I really knew that there's something here. Like this idea like has a potential.
As we know, both of you are fans of stop motion animation technique. Tell me, why did you choose this one technique, and how do you split the work while you were making a film, and what does the creative process look like for you?
It's just interesting. Actually, we are both friends from school, and we collaborated before, and we both very much like stop motion animation, and our first graduating film was also stop motion. And for me personally, it's either stop motion or it's nothing. I don't want to do any other kind of animation or anything right now. I mean, it's not. This is like the thing that I really love. So for me, it was given that it's going to be stop motion, and it was given that I wanted us to collaborate because we are friends, and Liron is amazing animator and much more, and I really like trusted him, and I don't trust anyone else, so this was like, of course. And
Liron, did you know?
I think he knows by now. I think he knows. And the creative process, you want to talk about the creative process maybe?
The choice really makes sense because we also we kind of understood each other's strengths and weaknesses, and how we kind of complete each other in the work process. For example, like Oved has a really keen sense of like design and model making, and I'm a proficient storyboarder, and I animate, and I like making models, but not necessarily designing them. And we kind of have already sort of a workflow together. And the process of making this film was quite standard for an animated short. We had the Oved script that at some point he asked me to kind of join in. In the beginning it was a slow process. We kind of bounced between storyboarding and rewriting the script quite a lot. But then when we had something that was more, firm as a story, we started editing it into a animatic, which is kind of like a slideshow version of the film. And then we started making all the models, and once there were enough, we started animating, and we kind of kept making a lot of the models while we started shooting the animation.
Which part was the longest one, and which one was the hardest for you?
That's a good question. The longest was probably understanding the story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Story, and
Sure.
just developing it. It was the longest. Yeah, also, of course, the technical part of just raising enough funds for it. We initially started with a certain amount of from one fund, and then it took a bit longer to raise more of it. So this was also hard. And the production itself, I mean,
was fun.
It was fun. Production itself
Weird
is really,
weird to say that, but yeah.
I mean, there had challenges. Of course, it was I think a lot of it was a little bit of a guerrilla production. So I don't know. I remember Liron had to work with a live view, very not a lot of light. We didn't have a lot of
Lighting.
Lighting. We didn't have a lot of lighting, so sometimes it made the animation harder, things like that. But I think at the end, the production itself was pretty fun. No?
Yeah, it's like we said earlier. It's like the model making and the animating. It's very tactile. It's very something that we really like doing with our hands, and it's something we enjoy very much. And that's why we didn't mind doing kind of like a guerrilla production. That it's kind of like not exactly the best of situation of the best funding and all that, and it was even it was more challenging because it was important for us that the production value will be as high as possible.
Yeah.
But we both kind of came with the enough amount of experience to kind of understand how to do it also with a low budget.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it is connected with my last question. What are your plans for the future? Do you think about making film together, another one? And what film would you like to make if you had a dream budget?
Wow, that's a good question.
So yeah, I think my plans, if we want to work together, I would like us to work together, and I hope we will. Right now, there is nothing really concrete right now. I am still, after I was finished with this one, I thought, that's it. I don't want to do this shit anymore. That's it. I'm going to just work. But slowly but surely, I don't know, you can't really drop it. It's just something that, I don't know. It's something about the meaning of your, of your life in your own eyes. So right now I'm writing this with another, actually she's a theater screenwriter, writer, theater writer and director. And it's something about the insect world, about the caterpillars and parasites, and it's from really, really big, we're going to this really small world. I would like to do that, and about a dream budget. Wow. I think that the most amazing thing would be to just do it all the time without worrying about other money and existing and providing for your family. And this, for me, doing anything like that, it will be amazing.
Yeah, I agree with that. You have. As a creator, you have this inexplainable urge to create and to tell a story and to deal with storytelling. And it's something a lot of filmmakers, I'm sure, connect with. And I hope we get to work together someday again. Like logistically, for me, it's hard to think how that'll happen anytime soon, but I guess it'll happen sometime again.
Yeah.
We just don't live in the same country right now, but
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. But dream budget. That's like I agree also with Oved on that. Maybe a feature, but then it would be the same, even the same circumstances, a small studio, like second-hand gear and all that, but just to be able to focus on that, because creating is not it's challenging, but it's not what's hard about being a filmmaker for me. You know, it's all the rest, the life. Yeah.
But what you're planning for next? You actually have found something concrete.
Yeah, thank you. I got a film fund to make a short animated film. I'm doing it in a different technique. It also combines stop motion, but it's mostly paintings. And I'm working on that now. And you might see it 2 to 8 years from now.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, and thank you for everything and this really wonderful festival that you accepted us into and invited us, and it was amazing experience, really.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. Thank you for having us.
For us too. Thanks.
Thank you.